Alright, guys and gals, this is a long one, so hang in there with me. For the most part, it didn't state exact numbers because everyone's numbers will be different, but I did say where and how to get the correct answer, so hopefully that's enough for you. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. In this problem, we are asked to prepare a statement of cash flows using the indirect method. We are doing a statement of cash flows for the year ended December 31st, 2017. We start off by recording our cash flows from operating activity, as you see here. Then we record our net income shown in number 4 right here where it says net income for 2017. After that, we move on to make adjustments to reconcile net income. These adjustments are depreciation expense. You get the depreciation expense from number 1 right here. Operating expenses include depreciation expense. That's my number. Your number might be a little different. The next one is loss on disposal of plant assets, which you get by finding the difference in the last two numbers in number 5. So you have this 14,360. I have this 14,360 and the 1148. Find the difference there, and then you plug that in right here. Then you do a decrease in accounts receivable, which is the last number found in number 5. This number right here. I guess I could underline it for you. Sorry, that number right there. And then you do increase in inventory, which you do by subtracting the 2 inventory numbers in the balance sheet. So here's the balance sheet up top. We have 2 inventory numbers. I have 2117 and 203. So you just find the difference there and then plug that in. And mine was a negative number, so make sure you're either putting those in parentheses or adding a negative sign in front. The next one is decrease in prepaid expenses, which you get by finding the difference in the balance sheet. There's my numbers. Find the difference between I found the difference between the 21,000 and the 30,000. And the last one for this section is an increase in accounts payable, which you find by figuring out the difference in the balance sheet again. So we find our accounts payable, which is down here, and then you find the difference and then plug that in right there. Okay, hopefully you're following along okay for now. In the next section, you then add those numbers together to give a total for your adjustments. Then you add the net income to that total to give you the total net cash provided by operating activities. All right, and then we're moving on to the next section. In the next section, we are working on cash flows from investing activities. The first investing activity that I recorded was sale of land from number 2. So here we have land, I'll underline it for you. Land was sold for cash at book value. So how do we figure out that land? You can figure that out by seeing in number 6, the land was received through a fair exchange of 57,440 right here. So there's our fair exchange of 57,440. And then you subtract the difference of the land found in the balance sheet. Okay, so we have that number. Here's our land right here. And then we're going to subtract the difference there. And you have that difference. You're going to subtract the difference from this 57,000 that I have, and that's going to give you that 35,000. Your number is going to be different, but that's how you figure it out. Okay. The next line item is the purchase of equipment, found in the first sentence of number 5. Which is going to be equipment was purchased for 132,000. All right, so that 132,000 is going to be a negative number because it's a purchase, so make sure you add that in parentheses or negative sign. And the last one would be the sale of equipment found in number 5, which is that last number there. It's sold for $11,488. You're going to plug that in here, sale of equipment. You're going to add those numbers together. That should give you a negative number. So make sure you add that negative sign or parentheses in front. We move on to our cash flows from financing activities. The name of this line item is going to be payment of cash flows from financing activities, and the only one that we have for this section is payment of cash dividends found in number 3. Number 3 right here, we have cash dividends of $17,232. So I plug that 17,232. It's a negative number, so add that parentheses or minus sign. The next section, we're recording our net increase in cash, which you can figure out by finding the difference in the balance sheet. So we have cash right here. Sorry, I keep like kind of overlapping this. So you have cash right here, just find the difference and throw that into your net increase in cash. And then you have your cash at beginning of period, which is that number from 2016. And if you add those two numbers together, your net increase in cash and your cash at the beginning of period, you have your cash at the end of period. For me, it was $97,648, which we see is correct by comparing the 2017 number. Our last item to record is going to be for the non-cash investing and financial activities. This is where we record the land we acquired through issuance of common stock found in number 6. Let me just take these away. So in number 6, we have 57,440 shares of $1 exchange land. So that's going to be our acquired land by issuance of common stock, and that's going to, for me, it's 57,440. That's the end of that problem. Sorry it was so long, but that's a lot to go through. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.